Good morning from Grand Rivers, Missouri at Canal Campground. We're here just for one night. We got in yesterday and we're headed out this morning. We're going to Bold Creamery, a little bit west of here, about 4 hours west of here. I'm Mike.
I'm Leanne.
I'm Dawn.
And I'm Glenn.
And we are
The
Four Nomads.
On our way to a trip of a lifetime. We're headed to Alaska. Follow
Alaska
us.
or bust.
Watch us. We'll try to put up some videos as we go. So I want to show you a little bit about this park. Check out the elevation for the RV. A little bit high off the ground. You can see that. Had to have a step ladder to get in it. So, and then we put these plastic crate things from Glen. But look at that. We are off the ground. So this is what the campsite looks like for us. We're right beside the bathhouse, which is a good place to be. We don't use the bathhouses. There's a playground. The streets are all paved. The sites are paved. You have nice picnic tables spread around, and on the campsite itself, you have a picnic table. You also have another working table. We'll walk down to the lake, get a view of that. This is the longest peninsula, I think Leanne said, in America. So basically it is between two lakes. And I want to say it was Kentucky River and another river, I forget. They feed into the Ohio River. Got some swing sets here. So this lake, is approved, I suppose you could say it that way, for houses. We've seen a lot of boats on it. Like I said, there. Nice beach. I've seen people fishing. Got Glenn sitting out this morning. It's his camp spot. We'll go see him. So this is Don and Glenn's truck and campsite. They didn't have to disconnect last night. Of course we did, because we had to back the RV into the spot. He's up off the ground a little bit as well. Morning, Glenn.
Good morning.
This is where we sat last night and had a little fire.
Did you see our visitor this morning?
No, what was it?
A skunk.
We had a skunk?
Video of it.
Oh, you did?
Yes. We're
That's
sitting there
Dawn.
and the skunk comes right up over the rocks right there. I'm like, oh.
We'll have to get that in the video.
Yes. And he took off. Morning visitor, as we're sitting outside having our breakfast. This is what we see coming up over the rocks right here by our camper. Yeah, so we're going inside and probably closing up everything. Hopefully he won't skunk us.
Barge went down through this morning.
This is a working lake, Leanne said. So there's...
So I wonder if they have
must be
locks somewhere.
Must be.
Out of it, or did they just work it on the light?
No, I'm sure they have, because there's a huge rock quarry here.
We drove past it.
Yeah, we drove that rock quarry, that Vulcan.
But it lock on all of the...
Yeah, they are a big rock mining company, that's for sure.
There's one in Atlanta that Steve used to work for.
Yeah.
Mike Maddox.
Yeah, sure did. All right, we're going to ride through the park. Get some extra video from this place. Then, first we're going to find the dump station. Get rid of the trash. Here's the trash.
Oh, we got the turtle. Can't get by.
You see him?
Yeah. We can move it.
He's trying to go fast. Glenn saw the skunk this morning, and we see a turtle. Look at all the wildlife on our Alaska adventure.
And we had a turkey yesterday morning.
That's right.
So this is the bathhouse. We walk up to the bathhouse. We'll check out if they have laundry service here. We'll go to the
I
left.
kind of don't think so, because men to the left and women to the right. No,
A cleaning station. Maybe they once had
maybe.
laundry because it's set up for laundry,
Yeah.
but no equipment.
Probably too much.
We left Canal Campground and are making our way to Bold Spoon Creamery in Park Hills, Missouri.
Yeah, we thought so too, so we're going to fill up. We're 20, something like that. Okay, right behind you. Tennessee River. Leah would love this bridge. I know, but I wanted the bridge.
We're gonna have a bridge on this video.
Oh, that's right.
This is the drive-in on a narrow, I guess it's a county maintained road, but we made it safely. We didn't hit any tree limbs or anything like that. So this is really a nice spot. Recommend this place to stay, even if it is a little bit far off the highway.
Make it. People run up on their grass, but way down her driveway anyway.
They got some money in concrete.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay,
I'm
well,
looking,
when
I'm
you
driving.
yeah, when you turn, you'll see it.
Can't see that.
This is absolutely beautiful.
It is
out here.
beautiful.
Yeah, okay, so I see it. Gonna go down like you're going into the lake, maybe?
The owners of Bold Spoon Creamery, Corey and Rachel. Corey and Rachel are such great harvest hosts. We really appreciate their friendliness and openness. They talk to us all about their business and how they got started. And we really love them, and we appreciate them as letting us stay there at their place overnight. Just genuine people, genuinely nice people, and just love what they do. And thank them for accommodating campers like us. There are many different flavors of ice cream that you can pick up from Bold Spoon, and you certainly should get your share. And don't forget about Flash. Don't forget to meet Flash. Once we got parked at the Bold Spoon Creamery, I disconnected the truck from the RV, from the Blue Ox, and Leanne moved the truck away from the camper. And then we were getting ready to move the RV again just to make a final adjustment. And she got in the truck and it wouldn't start. Now this is a new truck, we just got it a month ago. And so it had a message on there that there was some kind of security problem, and you had to, if the truck wouldn't do anything. We couldn't start it, couldn't do anything. So I got in it and I called OnStar and told them about it, and they said, well, we'll just have to send a tow truck after you. And so I did. I set it all up. But then I got back in and I said, Leanne, find the key fob. Let's see if that key fob works, because the key fob she had was not the original one that came with the truck. So there's a story about that by itself. That's a problem with the dealer. But anyway, I got back in the truck with the new key fob, and the truck started up. So immediately I had to call OnStar back and cancel the tow. And in the middle of all that, I got a call from the tow service, and they were coming out to pick the truck up. So long story short, I canceled a tow from OnStar. The truck has worked since. And anyway, we went out to dinner at this St. Louis style barbecue place, and we really enjoyed our meal. But I just want to tell you about just another little incident we had on this trip of a lifetime. We had St. Louis style barbecue at the Sugar Fire Smokehouse in Farmington, Missouri. It was delicious. We're leaving Bold Spoon Creamery, and we're going to another harvest host called Arcadia Winery and Brewery. We're having a discussion about a fuel stop, and Leanne's looking at the Open Roads app, and so she's trying to tell Dawn and Glenn where we need to stop. She's got a Garmin navigation going, and I've got my navigation going in its own ways. Listen up what happens from the directions from each navigation. We got here at the end of the road. I'm going to take a look at the app. I'll stop there.
I'm pretty sure I got it.
Turn left.
Road Ranger, that's what that one's called.
Turn right on Missouri B.
No, you're going the wrong way, aren't you? You're supposed to go the other way. Oh, Mike.
I'm not supposed to know I am.
Yes, you are. He turned the wrong way. Don't turn this way. We got to turn around. Y'all go the other way.
According to this, I'm on the right road.
Well,
Talking on the regular. We survived the misdirection of the navigation and made it across the Missouri River. So we arrived at the Arcadian Winery and Brewery in Higginsville, Missouri. It's about 50 miles east of Kansas City. The winds were so strong I couldn't bear to add that audio with the wind noise to this video, so I am re-recording the audio just to kind of lock down where we are and a little bit about the place. The Arcadian Moon serves pizza, wine, and beer. They make their own wines. They don't brew their own beer. They have places to sit and eat. They host weddings events in there. The owner was tearing down one section of tables. They had a band that played later on in the evening, so we went back and heard that. And overall, it was a great harvest host, and we enjoyed it. We enjoyed our time, and we highly recommend it. They've got plenty of spaces, and they're going to continue to add to their footprint, and eventually, I think, even have sewer connections. We're leaving Arcadia Moon, and we're headed up to Wolf Creek Trail in Anthon, Iowa.
this is a general store in Mound City, Missouri, right off 29. About 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours.
That sounds good.
All right, I'm going to put it in. It's 353. Everything else is in the 360s and 370s.
Okay.
We arrived at the Wolf Creek Trail Ranch in Anthon, Iowa. And this is a ranch. It has dirt driveways, but it had ample area for us to park. See Glenn's camper on the other side there. And this lady can drive that coach, and she drives it by herself, and that is amazing. Anyway, we had a few problems when we got there. Our black tank gauge was reading 95% full, and correspondingly, our tank level indicator for the toilets showed red. And once that happens, the toilets will not flush again. So that's a safety measure to keep from overflowing the toilets. I knew the tanks were not full because I had flushed them a couple of days before, so it probably had about 30-40%. I knew it was safe to override the system, so I disconnected one of the tank level sensors for one of the toilets, and by flushing the toilets, I could wash the side of the black tank off, and eventually the tank level sensor would go off, and I could flush both toilets.
There's the she shed. And they have the hay upstairs, she said. How do you get that out? They do a lot of concrete work, don't they? And those are Cindy's horses over there. She's got 6 of them, and they take them to Arizona every year to winter in Arizona, and then they summer here in Iowa.
We're getting ready to shove off, and here's a few pictures of Dawn with the horses out by the stables, and just give something refreshing to look at as before we get on the road and head to our next stop. We're headed to Spearfish, South Dakota, and we should be there in 2 days.